Hey y'all, it's Diddy. 25 years ago, we lost one of the greatest artists of all time in the Notorious B.I.G. 25 years, y'all. We getting old. I think we should take a minute to look at the unbelievable legacy of the Notorious B.I.G. To sum up Biggie's discovery, Big's demo was featured in the Source magazine's Unsigned Hype section courtesy of Matty C, leading to Puff bringing him to Uptown Records. The first time Big was put on a record was Heavy D and the Boys record, A Bunch of Niggas. Eventually Puff, the protege of Andre Harrell at the time, would start his own label Bad Boy Records, with Biggie being his main artist. Biggie, Puff, Easy Mo B, and the Hitman put together a classic album, no debating. Biggie was going through a lot at the time. His mother was sick, he was broke, he had a kid in the mix. Big had a lot on the line. The album showcases that anger, that pain, that hopelessness, that confidence, that self-doubt. He bared it all for everybody to see. The album opens with his birth and ends with his death, with a kid with an afro on the front cover. Ready to Die is a template for many artists in the industry today. The album is a masterclass in sequencing an album. Ready to Die is hands down one of the best flowing albums ever created. Lyrically, I challenge you to find a weak line on the whole project.
You can't do it.
Biggie's storytelling constantly puts you in his shoes, giving you vivid details about the danger, the risks, the challenges, and fears involved in what he was doing. It's truly an experience. Commercially, this album has some great records as well, with Big Papa, One More Chance, and the holy grail of hip-hop records, Juicy.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
Juicy should literally be the song that you play for somebody when they're getting into hip-hop for the first time. Every real hip-hop fan should know Juicy word for word. The ultimate turning your dreams into reality record. Every track on this album is incredible in some way. Give Me the Loot has Biggie playing the role of two characters on a robbing spree. Warning has Biggie talking on the phone as he prepares for a planned robbery on his home. The What has Biggie and Method Man spitting a couple bars going back and forth. Things and Change, Everyday Struggle, and Respect give you a few different angles from the Brooklyn drug scene. One More Chance, Friend of Mine, and Me and My Bitch have Biggie coming to terms with a relationship in some form or fashion. And Suicidal Thoughts is the capstone to a masterpiece, with Biggie rapping to a frantic Puffy on the phone as Puff tries to talk his friend off of a ledge. As a first-time listener, this may be pretty jarring. It surely was in mid-September '94 when the album first released. Big would then put some time aside to make sure Junior Mafia was established, with a bigger concentration on Lil C's and Lil Kim. Lil Kim will become one of the biggest legends in the game. But when it was time for the follow-up album, how would Biggie top a classic album and avoid the sophomore jinx? Well, Big made it look pretty easy with the album Life After Death. Big's life will be taken before the album will ultimately release, but the body of work spoke for itself. He basically gave us a movie production. The album picks up where Ready to Die left off, with Biggie's old life dying for him to live his new life after death. Puff and the Hitman, as well as some others, pulled out all the stops for the production on this project. Unlike the first album, Ready to Die, which only had one feature in Method Man, this album boasted a whole host of features. We had Bone Thugs and Harmony, Jay-Z, Angela Winbush, Mace, 112, Lil Kim, R. Kelly, The Lox, Too Short, DMC, and Puff Daddy. We got some amazing storytelling records like Somebody's Got to Die, Niggas Bleed, and I Got a Story to Tell, which all show Biggie's attention to detail with him playing multiple characters on these records. Commercial singles like Hypnotize, More Money, More Problems, and Sky's the Limit, although being singles, still garnered a lot of respect amongst hip-hop heads. Fucking You Tonight, Another, and Nasty Boy continue to showcase his confident playboy side. King in the Door, Last Days, Long Kiss Goodnight show how crazy Big was on the mic. There seemed to be no chip in his armor when it came to putting out high quality music. Both of Biggie's albums are easily regarded as some of the best that hip-hop game's ever seen. The thing that still haunts hip-hop fans today is what could have been. Big seemed to be one of the first artists that had inspirations of starting his own clothing line, which he planned on calling Brooklyn Mint. There was talks of a commission album with him and Jay-Z at the helm. Charlie Baltimore had just came on the scene under Big, so there's no telling where that could have went. Plus there's the dream features that we know would have happened eventually, but never got a chance to, like Big featuring Nas, Pun, Prodigy, DMX, and a host of other rappers that would eventually come out afterwards. Biggie would be 50 years old May 21st, 2022. Let's always keep his name and his legacy alive when we're talking about hip-hop and how he made it possible for artists to do what they're able to do now. You can click the playlist down below in the info section if you want to hear some dope music from Biggie. And let's always remember the unbelievable legacy of the Notorious B.I.G.